I saw CNN fake news going, well, maybe it wasn't a perfect hit, it was perfect. They said maybe it did destroy it. We agree, it did destroy it, but maybe it could have destroyed it more. No, it couldn't have destroyed it more. Everyone hit, and it's very disrespectful to those great geniuses and patriots that flew those planes through tremendous dangers. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that? Everything good. Israel, as you know, turned back. They didn't do that raid this morning, fortunately. That was a big thing. Appreciate it. They had a lot of planes going, and they were going to do something, and they didn't do it. And we're happy about that. Very happy about that. So the ceasefire is very much in effect, and I think we're going to keep it there for a long time.
Did you speak to Prime Minister Netanyahu about that?
I did.
What did you tell him?
I said, you got to turn back the planes. They were going to go because, look, they hit them very hard after we made the deal yesterday. They were entitled to, but nobody thought that would have happened. But they hit them very hard, and that shouldn't have happened. And then, as you know, Iran hit them very hard last night because of that. I don't think they would have, except for the first hard hit. And I guess a missile was launched a couple of minutes afterwards, which went nowhere, which hit nothing. And there was going to be a retaliation this morning by Israel. And I said, you got to call back the planes. It's enough. It's enough. And they did, which I respect very greatly. So nobody was killed. That was the story. But they had a lot of planes going in the wrong direction. You know that, right?
Do you want any consequences for Israel or Iran for breaking?
They didn't do anything. No, they didn't do anything. They would have if I put out a statement on truth. And they didn't do anything.
Sir, how are you confident that this might not happen again? Say in a couple weeks that...
Tired of it. I think they don't want it to happen again. And Iran's not going to have a nuclear weapon, by the way. I think it's the last thing on their mind right now.
About uranium enrichment and...
They're not going to have enrichment, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, and they know that. They're going to get on to being a great trading nation. You know, they're very good traders. And they're going to be a great trading nation, and they have a lot of oil. They're going to do well. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
So did they
The
promise?
last thing on Iran's mind right now is nuclear weapons.
Do you want to see regime change in Iran?
No. If there was, there was. But no, I don't want it. I'd like to see everything calm down as quickly as possible. Regime change takes chaos. And ideally, we don't want to see so much chaos. So we'll see how it does. You know, the Iranians are very good traders, very good business people, and they got a lot of oil. They should be fine. They should be able to rebuild and do a good job. They're never going to have nuclear, but other than that, they should do a great job, which is exactly where I've been saying for years, you cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And our B-2 pilots made this all possible. They had a magnificent hit in the dark of night with no moon, no light, no nothing. They hit the target perfectly, wiped it out, and the press is very disrespectful. I saw CNN fake news going, well, maybe it wasn't a perfect hit, it was perfect. They said maybe it did destroy it. We agree, it did destroy it, but maybe it could have destroyed it more. No, it couldn't have destroyed it more. Everyone hit, And it's very disrespectful to those great geniuses and patriots that flew those planes through tremendous dangers.
אזרחי ישראל היקרים, ב-12 הימים של מבצע עם כלביא השגנו ניצחון היסטורי, והניצחון הזה יעמוד לדורות. הסרנו מעלינו שני איומים קיומיים מיידיים, איום ההשמדה בפצצות גרעין ואיום ההשמדה ב-20,000 טילים בליסטיים. אם לא היינו פועלים עכשיו, מדינת ישראל הייתה עומדת בקרוב בפני סכנת השמדה. אבל זה לא קרה. כי ברגע המכריע קמנו כלביא, נעמדנו כארי, והשאגה שלנו הרעידה את טהרן והדהדה בכל העולם. במקורותינו נאמר, בתחבולות תעשה לך מלחמה. מכת הפתיחה המפתיעה של עם כלביא תירשם בדברי הימים של מלחמות ישראל, והיא תלמד בכל צבאות העולם. אזרחי ישראל, אני מודה בשמכם לידידי הנשיא טראמפ ולארצות הברית על חלקם בהגנת ישראל ובהסרת איום הגרעין של איראן. ההצטרפות של ארצות הברית למערכה, לא רק בצד ההגנתי, אלא גם בצד ההתקפי, זהו אירוע היסטורי. זה לא קרה מעולם. זהו פרי מאמץ מדיני שהובלתי יחד עם השר דרמר אל מול הנשיא טראמפ וצוותו. ואני חייב לומר לכם, מעולם לא היה לישראל ידיד גדול כמו הנשיא טראמפ בבית הלבן, ואני מודה לו מאוד על עבודתנו המשותפת. יש לכך השלכות אדירות על הביטחון הלאומי של ישראל, על הביטחון של כל אחד ואחד מכם, ושל הילדים שלכם והנכדים שלכם, ועל פני המזרח התיכון כולו. עלינו להשלים את המערכה נגד הציר האיראני, להכריע את החמאס ולהביא לשחרור כל חטופינו, החיים והחללים כאחד. ולמשפחות החטופים אני אומר, לא הפסקנו לרגע, אפילו לרגע, כולל בזמן המלחמה, את המאמצים להחזיר את כל חטופינו הביתה. שוב, החיים והחללים כאחד. ואנחנו לא נרפה מהמשימה הקדושה הזו עד שהיא תושלם.
How do you feel about the royal treatment you received? President? Mr. President, please. One picture.
The greatest victory is the triumph of peace. This motto seems to me a perfect fit for our alliance too, almost 80 years after the founding of NATO. The Queen and I are delighted to be hosting you tonight in this particular room. Cheers. Cheers.
have gathered at a crucial time for global security. The world is a dangerous place. We are confronted with profound security threats that span from the Euro-Atlantic to the Middle East to the Indo-Pacific. But I'm absolutely confident that together, with the leaders in this room tonight, we will emerge stronger and make our countries and the world safer. Their Majesties, King Willem-Alexander, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, and thank you for hosting us at this beautiful place.